My name is Carina Gardner, and I'm what you would call a practical designer. If you're ready to create a life that you love, become an incredible force for good, and generate income while pursuing your dreams, this is the podcast for you. Welcome to Make and Design. Hello, designers. Today I have Vanessa Christenson with me. I think you guys are going to love this conversation. Many of you know her as a fabric designer from Moda, but many of you probably don't know she does this amazing coaching program where she talks about time management, sustainability, and we're just so excited to have you today.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited to be able to talk to you and to your your audience.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to have a good
Yeah.
time. I actually didn't meet Vanessa until just I'd say a few weeks ago by the time this comes out, but in the fall, we met at both speaking at an event, and I'd never met her before, but I knew of Vanessa and what she had done already in her career. And so I think it's really great to hear about the coaching piece that she's added. Tell me why you got into this.
Well, funny story. It started with me having a really hard time with time managing. Um, actually, I became very overwhelmed to the point that I started to have panic attacks over deadlines, over speaking engagements. And then I decided to get a little smart with my brain and learn more about it. So I went back to school. I got my psychology degree. I had full intention of going into and getting my master's and being a therapist. But then a few things happened, and then 2020 happened as well. And it put a little bit of a damper on that schooling, but I found coaching and a certain way of coaching, which is exactly how I am certified now. It's through the Life Coach School. And so it made a very simple way of organizing my thoughts, organizing my just exactly what's going on there. And I started applying it into certain different things in my life, and it just was amazing. So I decided to go get certified as a coach instead of going back to getting my master's and then getting licensed and doing all those things. And it just fixed. I don't want to say it's a miracle because there's still hard things in my life that I still have to deal with. And I still do deal with some stressors and things like that. But the way that I now manage my brain over time management during projects, like anything, like speaking engagements, has all been full circle back to just listening to some podcasts and then going and getting certified. I now just feel so much more calm doing my business that I then decided more people needed to know about this. Like, I love serving. I just love helping other people. I mean, that's one of the main things. I love bringing so much joy through fabric, but then there's this new element now of how to bring calmness, balance, sustainability to other fabric designers that can sometimes fall in the same place that I have. It's just that we put on a happy face on social media. Like, everything is great, everything's fine. But there's life struggles, and it's really actually interesting being an entrepreneur. And sometimes we're everything. We are the marketing team, we are the CEO, we are, especially when we're starting out. All those things become overwhelming, and so I like to help individuals really just break down to the simplistic things of the things they need to do and the things that they don't have to do. And then also show some of the things that are very distracting. A lot of them has to do with our thoughts and emotions about certain things, deadlines or certain projects. And then, of course, the way that we actually distract ourselves, our environment right now, our everything is just to distract us from the things that will just move us forward and progress us into doing good things. So I help individuals who are kind of falling in those sort of things, but they want to feel calm. They want to feel excitement again to do their jobs, to do their businesses, and actually just to live life.
Yeah, I love that so much. So before we even started, we kind of talked about this because you've worked with fabric designers. You don't exclusively work with fabric designers though, right? You kind of work with
Right. Yeah. I work with everyone. Actually, I work with, it's really kind of interesting because I also, within my community, I am an independent contractor. So I work with a lot of C-suite individuals who are dealing with a lot of pressure in their jobs, and time management is a huge deal for them as well. But also with the way that they distract themselves outside of work is not very relaxing. It's actually, it brings more stress into their life. It brings more problems into their life. So I help them to find this balance inside and outside of their work environment. But I also work with anyone who's like creative, who just wants balance in their life, who just wants to feel excited about going to work or excited about waking up in the day and being like, oh my gosh, I get to do this. A lot of us lose that because it becomes this like cycle of like this hamster wheel, and we don't even know how to get out of it. And we don't even know what's actually causing us to like get stuck in certain things. So no, I work with everyone, but I do like to offer my services to people who know me, who then also are like, okay, they trust me a little bit more when they know me in the fabric industry. But then also, I get to work with some amazing individuals who are doing things for nonprofit organizations, who are working as lawyers, who are working as accountants. There's lots of different individuals that I help.
Yeah, so incredible. One thing you said that I thought was interesting is that many times, especially amongst the fabric designers you've worked with, but in individuals in general, a lot of times it's the same problems that crop up again and again. Will you talk about some of those same problems? And I
Yeah,
want, if you're listening to this and this resonates with you, I think you're not alone.
right, right. So interestingly enough, I've worked with lots of designers who are from all different fabric companies. So, and it's usually the top three things that I noticed is that they come to me when they're overwhelmed. That's the emotion that they're usually telling me about. I'm just so overwhelmed. I don't even know like how to get out of this overwhelming feeling. And so I dig in a little bit more, and it's like, I know the things I need to do. I plan them out. I have some amazing individuals that like are so good at writing out their plans, right? But like when it comes to it, they get frozen in like actually executing in the things. It drags on. They procrastinate until like the very last minute, and then they're frazzled. And so that's one of the things is like really like I just want to get smarter about how to use my time. It's like I don't even know half of the day how it goes away. It's like so fast. And then like I just find myself like, what did I even do today? That's one of the problems. Another one is just this dreadful feeling of like someone calling them out for something, which I feel is really kind of like sad, but I firsthand totally understand it as well. It was back in 2000, gosh, it was like 2011 to 2012, where canceling wasn't like even a thing yet, but like I felt like it was brewing. So I used to just blog freely, like just would love to blog about my life a little bit, like just my kids, some of the issues that I had. And I just noticed a turn of like just in the comments, but then also like I started to notice that um like little things like Instagram post or blogging. I mean, before it was Instagram blogging, that other people were starting to like get on blogs and really just tear apart like these wonderful individuals who are just trying to do their like this thing of like this community of like giving, and it just started to get kind of like scary, right? So I actually pulled back. That was like my first experience of like pulling back, and then I went into Instagram because that was safer. So what's really interesting is like we now see this in Instagram where it's like it's now like this kind of like crabs pulling each other from like trying to get out of a bucket. Like you just like, no, you can't be happy. No, you can't actually be doing great. No, you can't have your opinion. Um, and so there's this like fear of like call out, or fear of like being caught in a mistake, like a simple mistake, or like somebody will take something that they've said somewhere and like will turn it around and then use it against them and try to like create a like a buzz about like what they've said. So it's like this petrified of being like called out on something. So they can't really actually offer themselves fully because they're scared of that as well.
Don't you think it's fascinating? Because I keep hearing, especially in business, you need to be authentic. There's
Yeah.
authenticity but like literally, it feels like all these things keep you from being authentic,
Yeah.
which is fast.
Well, yeah. And it's like authentic as long as I like what you're being authentic about. The
Mhm.
minute that I don't like something that you say, then it's like I'm gonna tear you down, which unfortunately, like, is really kind of sad. But it's there. Sometimes it's just being dreading of like getting and to see that you have 20 comments on a post when that used to be a really like great thing, you know. What's even worse sometimes is when something goes viral and you see like there's like 400 like comments and you're like, oh no, is this a good thing or a bad thing? So there's this sense of like fear. And so therefore it's actually holding people back from actually allowing them to fully speak.
Yeah.
Then one of the last ones is like, I would love to do that, but, and then they give me an explanation. And usually that is like, my family will like I have to take care of my family, I have to do this, I have issues here and things like that. So again, it's like this whole thing of disempowering themselves with the way that they speak about like even just their circumstances around them. And so uh, a lot of times I am very mindful of like, look, these things are very important in our lives, like the comments, the family, the situations, like the like our health and things like that. But how we speak to ourselves or to others about those things really drums up a lot of emotion. And so the first thing that I really like to highlight with everyone is like, what emotions do you actually want to feel? And they always come back to, I just want to feel calm or like neutral. And I'm like, you don't want to feel neutral. That's like a robot. Like you actually want emotions. Excitement is one that they want, but calm and balance. So when I offer people, I'm like, okay, let's work on that. Let's get excited again. Let's actually get excited to be interacting with our customers or like with the people, our audience. Let's get excited. What do you get excited to talk about that's like, that you don't feel fearful about? It's going to be okay. We work on those other emotions and like talk about those things, but then like we also then intentionally go with like, how do we want to feel? So once we start getting into emotions, like it starts to really help them to make a plan from different emotions and feeling different emotions, and all of a sudden their life just changes and they're still doing the same things and actually progressing forward and not feeling overwhelmed or fearful.
Have you been dreaming of earning a master's degree or a design certificate that could lead you to launch your very own business? The University of Arts and Design has unique programs where you not only learn how to design, but how not to be a starving artist, which is why I created it. Join us in our upcoming Design Your Future event. Visit uad.education/design your future to learn more about our students, discover the courses that we offer, and find out more about how you can become part of something truly unique in the university experience. Yeah, that's amazing. So good. And I mean, it sounds like you see this over and over again.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And it doesn't matter how many followers you have. I have people, I have had um designers or individuals who are just barely starting out and like have no following. There's still things that are keeping it's almost like a version of some of the things I just mentioned. And then there's individuals who have had like who have hundreds of thousands of followers who it's like there's this petrified feeling of like, when am I going to be like lashed out against, or when am I, this no longer feels fun anymore. I can't even like create a pattern like without the fear of like something. So there's this the thing that is very much across the board is overwhelm and like the fear of unknown of like what's the possibilities of what's going to be happening.
Yeah, so very interesting. Tell me what are some of the strategies you help with? Because you do this in your coaching, and I know that
Mm-hmm.
you have a new course out, or it might not even be super new at this point, but you have a course
Yeah.
out. What are you doing to help individuals kind of get to that next level so they can feel that calm or excitement, or maybe even just joy in living that kind of
Yeah.
balanced life?
Yeah. So I there's a lot of tools that I use. There's one in particular that you can probably even just Google. It's called the model, but really it like demystifies where these emotions are coming from. And a lot of times we think changing the situations or trying to correct other people so that they don't hate you or like you think that they hate you or whatever. We try to control all these other people around us, and that becomes very overwhelming, trying to control everyone around us and how they think about us, when in actuality we can actually just say like, I'm actually a good person. Like I can actually, I'm trying to do something that's good here. That's not my intention. My intention is actually to love and to serve and to do and to create and be excited about these things. So we really sort of like it's just like a 5 step little simple process that I won't get too into, but like it's really just actually looking at feeling and learning how to process emotions correctly. We think we're processing emotions when we talk about it or we hype ourselves up or we get upset about it or we start to tell other people about it. But really all we're doing is actually creating more emotion of the same emotion, right? We think we're processing by talking or being upset about um, and doing. Instead, what I'd say is like there's this pause first that we need to do, and then we just name the emotion. Like it's almost then we become a best friend with that emotion. And we actually ask you and we actually say, I'm so glad you're here. You're here for a reason. And I love that you're here. I don't want to act from you because it's very, very um, agitating to me, like personally. And I don't feel like I'm going to make great decisions from this emotion. So I like to first pause and just sort of feel you, like really actually feel the emotion and process the emotion. I teach you steps on how to do it. I have all these little ways of thinking about it that actually help us to learn how to process an emotion. And then you actually become your best friend, really, and those emotions. And then you can process them and feel that calm. And then we can actually bring in another emotion to work from. From the first original thing that happened, we can still then move forward. So I think what most people feel fearful of, if they don't hold on to like anger, if something happens to them, if they don't work from anger, that all of a sudden we let it go, and then that person gets to do or the thing that happened in our life that we feel was wronged, that we were wronged by. Um, that all of a sudden, like, then we're the weak one. No, what actually happens is we become empowered when we actually recognize the situation, acknowledge that I am correct for feeling an emotion, process the emotion, and then make a plan moving forward from a different emotion. Like one where it's like, you know what, empowerment. When you make decisions from empowerment, you come across way different. You're calm, you're collect, you know exactly where you want to move forward from. So what ends up happening is that I help you to learn how to actually process an emotion and then move forward. Um, it's amazing to watch within yourself to feel it. It's much more like it is so satisfying as a coach to watch my clients get it and go, oh my gosh, that doesn't have to bother me anymore. Like I can allow it to actually be and have a plan. So that's one of the things that is like a really core thing in my coaching. But then another one is how to reverse engineer your planning. A lot of us just say like, okay, I have a deadline and I want to do that, and that's what I need to do, and you put it on your calendar, and then you don't really have a plan up to that point. You just go, okay, every day I'll work on it. But like then we have all these decisions to make, which actually becomes really daunting, especially when it like gets closer and closer to this deadline, and you're like, oh my gosh, like I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. So we reverse engineer timelines. And so I say, okay, give me your goal. What's the deadline? And then let's actually just make a plan from let's go move forward to like, let's just say September 30th is your deadline. We move backwards. Okay, so September 30th, what do you have done? The pattern, it's completed, it's printed up, and it's already sent out to the warehouse, right? Okay, awesome. What had to happen that week before? Tell me, walk me through it. So then we walk through that week. And I'm like, okay, but before that week, then what do we do? So we reverse. And what comes out is that you have something that is planned out every single day. And it could be 3 months from now, it could be 2 weeks from now. But really, what ends up happening is that your brain relaxes so much already knowing the plan instead of having coming up with the plan every single day. So that's the second big tool that I use, especially with my time management, looking for balanced individuals, like very busy, like just productive individuals. And it's like that right there, just changing that way that they look at their schedule brings this sense of calm that they're like, I never even knew that that was that simple, right? It's like, I was producing amazingly, but now I'm like, I could do this forever because there's no drama. I wake up and I know exactly what I'm supposed to do today. Like for only like 20 minutes to an hour. It doesn't have to be the full entire day, which is usually what most people do 3 to 4 days prior to their deadline when they're working 24 hours a day. But this is like it's spread out, and it's like there's like literally like it's just really just simple being able to do a couple of things a day.
Yeah, so amazing. Oh, I love it so much.
Yeah.
Vanessa, if people want to get in touch with you, they want to learn about your course, they want to learn
Yeah.
about you, where's the best place for them to go?
Okay. The best place is Vanessa Christenson and that's my website. And it is if you want to buy patterns, there's a pattern section. But if you also are interested in like the coaching, there's a nice little pop-up that comes up that says if you want to sign up for our newsletter, sign up. I give nice little tips here and there. It's like a year of wellness. It's like, okay, this month let's focus on this, so you can get sort of like get to know some of the things that we talk about there. Or if you're looking for a free consultation, you get to sit with me for 45 minutes. I ask you just a few questions. I get to see how you speak and think about certain things. And I can tell you within 45 minutes whether or not like we would be a great fit to work together. I can also even give you like a couple of things that might keep you stuck that you may not even be aware of. But oftentimes, actually, every single time, everyone's like, oh my gosh, that's so true. How'd you know that? It's because this is what I'm trained to do. So there's a free consultation to see if you'd like to actually be coached by me. I also have a workbook, which is a year-long workbook of wellness. And it's really just, we break it down week by week. Like literally, you don't have to think about it. You can just sort of look at the next page and go, okay, week one, this is what I'm going to be doing. Awesome. This is what I'm going to be focusing on this month. Awesome. And it's a really beautiful 200-page like workbook that you can download and get printed on your own, or you can actually just have it digitally. We also have a course that is for individuals who are looking for balance. Like I kind of just sort of mentioned, it's just like looking for that sustainable time managing balance, which includes like just feeling good on the inside and out. So that course will also be on our website, is also on our website. That link is also our website.
Awesome. So vanessachristenson.com. Is that right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, awesome. You guys check out the show notes. You will see that link in there. Vanessa, thank you so much for joining us today. You guys, I hope that, especially this is the beginning of the year, some of you are looking for wellness and balance, especially in this crazy, crazy 2025. Go and check out and see what Vanessa is doing. I hope that you really, really like what she's talking about. And if it's something that can help you, I know that some of my own students in Design Suite have utilized Vanessa before. And that's why I was really excited to bring her to you guys. All right, guys, everybody have an amazing day and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Did you know you have access to more free design content, die cut files, and sewing patterns? Join our exclusive VIP group for free by going to designsweetcourses.com/free.